same book, just different page. Niggas in the struggle, all out to get paid. Doing what we gotta do to avoid the rage. Avoid the cage, but you can't avoid the grave. Chapters of the same book, just a different page. Niggas in the struggle, all out to get paid. Doing what we gotta do to avoid the rage. Avoid the cage, but you can't avoid the grave. Live by the sword, die by the sword. I probably die in the vocal, spitting out raw. Die on stage, ripping down chords. Die for age, tricking out of town halls.
Yeah. It's your boy Cuddy J. I'm back. This is Cuddication, the Kickback Podcast Show. Tonight, this episode is Cuddication, the Kickback Podcast Show. No guests, just me. Today, bringing back some news to you guys. So, I normally don't piggyback on situations because I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking or just going at one thing down in one person. I have to do one thing and move on to the next subject, and unless that situation keeps on the carry and giving me news to talk about, I will talk about it. So tonight news on Cuddication the Kickback Podcast Show is call this shit right here, Pray for Shreveport. Pray for Shreveport, guys. Pray for Shreveport. I did a video Sunday I did a video, and I spoke about Shreveport. I was in Shreveport for the weekend. I took my kids out there to see their grandparents, my mom and my step pops, and I'll tell you what I said in the video. But besides all that, we talking about what happened. Whatever, put it like this: what I spoke about Shreveport, I know some people probably feel salty about it because they probably didn't feel what I was trying to say on how I was trying to say it. I really wasn't bullying Shreveport. I'm just calling out what I was seeing, and I know they see it every day, and they don't need to be thrown in their face. But as a content creator, man, that's what I felt like talking about, and that's what I did. So, which leads up to today for me to talk about this on the podcast show. Pray for Shreveport. A situation happened today. I mean, I don't know what time it happened. Somebody sent me the video around probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Probably a little bit later. I don't know. But it was earlier than that. I'm sorry. Probably about 3 o'clock. So this shit happened earlier today. This shit occurred at least before 3 o'clock. In Cedar Grove, Shreveport, Louisiana. A neighborhood called Cedar Grove. People in Shreveport call it City Grove. But, just for y'all that don't know about the city, is the city of Shreveport. There's a neighborhood called Cedar Grove. But people in Shreveport call it City Grove. So it's Cedar Grove. Just like Cedar Hill, it's Cedar Grove. But they call it City Grove in Shreveport. It's just a thing. I mean, it's a slang part. It's not like people can't pronounce it. They just say it that way because that's what they say it. Also, like you got places like Queensboro. People say Queensburg. But this is what it is. But hold up. Let me cut the bullshit out. Let's get to the point. Shootout. Female gets in a shootout today. Go live on Facebook with it. I guess her and the girl about to get into it. Or they're gonna scrap it out or whatever. They're gonna go into it, and the other girl, she got the heat, but the other girl like, fuck the strap. I don't want this. Let's go ahead and throw down. But the other girl, she was like, she didn't want to put a gun down. The other girl like, fuck it, I don't need a gun. This strap. So the girl, I guess she was about to pull up on her or whatever. I don't know. The girl started busting at her. The other girl, she went to her car and grabbed her shit, started busting back like she. going back like she had a motherfucking. That shit was spitting. She got back in that car, man, and reloaded up and got behind the girl. Matter of fact, fuck that shit. Watch this shit. Let's get this shit back. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back for y'all. I ain't even gonna play with you guys. I'm not gonna play with y'all. Watch this. Check this out. Watch this.
Yeah, we gonna pop each other. We gonna pop each other.
We gonna do that shit.
We gonna pop each other. We gonna pop each other.
I just want y'all to see the content.
What you scared for? Put the guns down. Put the guns down, bitch. Put the guns down, bitch. Put the guns down, bitch. Get in one. Get in one. Get in one. You all don't want to fight. Y'all want to play gun game shit, bitch. Come on. Bitch, ain't nobody shoot you. Put down your brother. Put down your brother. Put down your brother, bitch. Put down your brother. Put down your brother. Bitch, quit playing. I don't need no gun hoe. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down, baby. Put it down. Put it down. Let's get it one. Y'all get all that cap, but I want to fight. Quit playing. Oh, you want to shoot? You want to shoot? You
Now,
want to shoot?
she about her business, ain't it?
You want to shoot? You want to shoot?
To my hops in the motherfucking the Buick the Sabre.
Don't play me, bitch. Don't nobody shoot at me.
Yeah.
What you hold? Got me fucked up.
Yeah, like maybe a Kia or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, she hop up in that bitch. Now the shit's on Facebook, and I know y'all like, why he ain't showing the video, because y'all seen this shit. So now I started showing up, but I don't want to be showing this shit up like that. Not that. They already they did their job on that. That bitch busted. Oh wait, you hear this shit?
Don't play with me.
Don't play with her.
Y'all heard them be shooting at me. What's wrong with you, hoe? What's wrong with you, hoe? Y'all shooting at me. Y'all got me fucked up.
They had her fucked up, y'all.
Y'all got me fucked up. You hoes ain't be shooting at me. Don't fucking shoot at me, bitch.
Wow. See? Now.
Bitch, you pussy as fuck. These hoes pussy as fuck.
Now.
Y'all don't want to fight me? Y'all want to shoot? Bitch, don't play with me. Bitch, don't play with me.
Now, to me, people are calling out. Let me pause it right quick. Let me stop it. Now, from what I'm getting out of this, people are saying that these are young kids. These are kids that are I don't know what you want to call young kids these days. I guess what, under 25 or under 30. These kids today are they're saying these kids today are crazy. Now, to me, this chick right here, she looks over 30 just by facial wise. Not it's just by how her face looks. She looks over 30 to me. And that's not being funny. They're just, so I don't know if these are kids acting out. This immature, put it like this, whether the kids or adults, it's immature acting. Whatever they're acting behind, which y'all pretty much can figure out what, I mean, I don't want to say, well, let's go ahead and say, fuck it. I'm pretty sure they probably going back and forth behind a nigga. And I bet you my bottom dollar that this motherfucker's a nothing ass nigga. I bet you at any type of doubt. Now, I said I don't like to piggyback on certain topics that much because I want to make it seem like I'm riding a situation or I'm picking at a situation or a person or a city or a thing. So, I mean, I made a video about Shreveport the other day, and I talk about how it was and pretty much the conditions of it and how it's not governed. It's not governed the same way like it is in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, in Bossier City, and in other places around Louisiana. You probably see that looks nice, but Shreveport's a place that can be a place to drive business. But situations like this is why they don't upgrade it. That shit happened in broad daylight in Cedar Grove in Louisiana. That's like southeast Louisiana, southeast Shreveport. My bad. and I'm pretty sure they was behind a nigga, and the girl got mad behind the shit, or a baby. It might be some baby mama shit, and these chicks busting. At least the other chick wanted to fight though. The one chick, she was like, "Let's go ahead and fight. Let's throw the hands." She said, "Let's throw the hands." The other girl didn't like. Well, I mean, from a distance, you could tell the other chick was the girl she was talking to was a little bit more slim, and she was a little bit more thicker bone, kind of I don't know, kind of more stockier. And the girl felt like she couldn't deal with her. She knew she couldn't deal with the other girl no other way. So her only way was to bust at her. She had to bust that gun at her. She's not finna take that L. Not lie. First of all, here's just okay. Why are you going live about this thing? You going live. Now, this is where the deep dark of the story is. You on live in this situation, busting. Did y'all plan to do this shit? Like you knew you was gonna go over there with the drama. You pulled out your phone. You automatically had it on live. Whatever it was, a shit pop off. You go ahead and hit the play button, and there it goes. Like who has that much time to go to live while a chick got a gun in her hand talking shit to you or whatever, walking up on you, and you fix to go to your phone on live? Who has that much time to think of this shit? You must already had your shit set on live. I don't know who this chick is. I don't know if it's y'all cousin, your sister, your aunt, your mom, granddaughter. That's some bozo ass shit, cuz. And that's why I say we gotta pray for Shreveport, man. It's too much shit going on. They are in they are getting, they're like in the top five murder capital states or murder rates this year. And it's what 6 months? Shreveport's on that list now. Like it's kind of like on that. And the thing, just imagine if Shreveport was the size of Chicago at the same with the same politics that goes on. Imagine Shreveport the size of Dallas, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, L.A., Houston, other other major, just the other cities. Just imagine if you had that. That's why it's so many of us that I can actually say, man, without even feeling bad about saying it, I'm glad I left Shreveport. It's not. If I was riding around the other day. I was riding around the other day when I was there, and I had my kids there. We had went to Walmart. We went to Walmart on Burke Coons, and we went to Walmart on Burke Coons and Uri Drive. And I had told my daughter, I said, I wonder where I'd be if I still lived out here. Where would I be living at out here? What position I'd be in out here, man? Because I felt like what I know now, and how my mind work anyway. I feel like I still be the same way mentally out here in Shreveport. I I say it's crazy though because most people they end up moving out of Shreveport and they end up going to Houston, Atlanta. I know people that move to DC. I know people that live in motherfucking Chicago, Atlanta. It's people who I know that I grew up with. They they don't live in the city no more, but there are a lot of people who still live in the city. But it's it the city is crashing, man. And it's like I know. I'm not gonna even step here in front. Shreveport's not the only city. There's people getting killed like that. The fact that it's the way that the population of Shreveport is not as big as Chicago and Dallas and Atlanta and Philadelphia, New Orleans, all these other places. That's Cleveland. It's not big like that. I think Shreveport population probably what 250,000, probably 300,000 at the most. You add that, you put that in Shreveport, you put Bossier with Shreveport, you might have got what 600,000 people. So everybody pretty much know everybody. When you got almost what 45 homicides, and it ain't even 200, 100 days went what 200 days went by yet. That means somebody getting killed down there every 4 days, every 5 days, pretty much. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, uh, you on that list now, and you being what they're doing is making people that got all these companies that got these like people from California, people from New York, they starting to migrate to Dallas. They starting to bring their business to Houston, Atlanta, other markets where they know where it sells and where it's popping at. You can't do that in Shreveport because nobody wants to put their business in a city where it's mostly it's violence every day. In broad daylight, just like we just seen. That shit happened in broad daylight. We don't know what it was behind. I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that shit gonna leak out in a minute. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is somebody cousin, sister, auntie, mama, daughter. I mean, that's probably watching this video. I mean, this is what I do. I mean, I'm not gonna sit up. I report everything else that I see, and I talk to y'all about it. And but if I'm just having to report some stuff that have to deal with your family, man, you got to take that. I mean, don't feel no type of way. But this this city, man, just with stuff like that happening, it's make you feel like you. I see why they don't want to. That's why they don't want to put nicer things and other things in certain places because they know it's going to get ran down and they know it's going to draw a certain type of attention. If they were to try to do that, like gentrification to most of these places in the hood, it's going to push most of the black people or people with lower income that's in these neighborhoods, which are black people. They're going to push them on the outskirts of the city. They're not going to be able to stay in these places because if you think about it, all these areas are in the middle of the city. They connect together, so they're not gonna put no nice ass bowling alley or like a Dave and Buster's. Imagine a Dave and Buster's on North Market. To my right there where City Trends and Family Dollar behind Partners Barbecue. That whole little lot right there. Imagine they was tear all that shit down and and and, and they put a Dave and Buster's. I mean, something that y'all familiar with. A main event. Well, imagine this shit won't last. We won't let it. And I'm gonna say we because we all together in this shit. We know how this shit's supposed to be taken care of and handled. Because when you go across the other side of the track, when you go to they parts, you know how to cooperate. So, but why you can't do that shit when the shit's in your own community? I'm talking about that McDonald's that you go to in your hood. You a whole different way than you go to the one on the other side of your hood. It's not hood McDonald's. It's suburban McDonald's. Your whole voice changed. The way you present yourself changed. I mean, you might say yes sir, yes ma'am. It's a kickback. I said, wow. Around dropped the wrong A. Y'all fucking around dropped the wrong motherfucking A. Don't think, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. You hoes got me fucked up. Them hoes got her fucked up. Bitch, I'm wrong one. This is one of the sad Man, that shit had stunned me right there. She said, she said, I'm the wrong. They dropped the wrong address. So I guess so I guess somebody they already was talking to each other on Facebook or text messages via text messages, going back and forth with each other, saying, hey. So it was probably behind the dude, and she probably dropped the address, dropped the address. She dropped the address, and they pulled up. I guess they pulled up to the wrong, well, not what it was. The girls had sent her the address. That would have seemed like to me. They sent her the address, and and they sent her the wrong address, but it was where they was at, but not where they was at. So they probably sent her the address with like 5 or 6 houses down. Then when she pulled up, they know it's her. Then where they can. It was all this shit. You see how I put that? That's what I get out of this shit. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's what happened. They they said that and going back and forth with each other on the social media or probably text messages. They probably was homegirls. Who knows? And they probably got into it behind a boy, dude. Who knows? I knew it wasn't behind no money because they don't look like they fucking with no money. So and that's just what that is. So uh, what happened was they was going back and forth with each other. They going back and forth with each other. And the girl said, "Here's our address right here. Drop the addy. Drop the addy." The girls dropped the addy at a location that's kind of nearby them, but not where they at. The girl she hyped and crunk behind it. So time out. So the girl that pulled up that was busting back, she was the one pretty much that was she the one that feel built up by something right now. She probably be the one that has the boyfriend or or the baby daddy or something that's not that they kind of left her alone and started fucking with this chick right here, and then she mad, and maybe that could be the place. I'm just calling it like that. Don't take my word. Maybe that might be the place. That might be the place. But I'm just saying. I'm speculating right now. I don't like to really speculate, but I'm speculating that this is a situation that I feel like um, the girl she the reason why because if some people drop you a if somebody you tell somebody to drop the address and you pulling up, you more the aggressor. So what makes you the aggressor in this situation? If it's behind a man, then guess what? That's why I say what I said. She pulled up to where they was at, not where they was at, but where they was kind of at, and they knew they could see where she was. She came. I got to salute her for that. She went to where they was at, pulled up, and she like, "What? Y'all dropped the wrong addy, bitch." She with the cabinet shit in the video. Y'all heard that shit, man. We gotta, you know what? People like we gotta pray for the city. No, not pray for the city. We gotta pray for we gotta pray for these kids, man. These youngsters out here, man. No, we gotta pray for the city itself. Because think about the people that's over the young people. They got that from the house. That came from the home. Everything don't we always say this, y'all? Everything comes from the house. It starts from home. And I know from what I see on social media, I know I see fathers in their kids' life, even if they're not with the mother of the kids. From what I see kids with their fathers. I see their fathers with them all the time doing all these kind of things. I'm a man that's not with my kids' mothers, and I still be a part of their life. So it has to be somewhere where the higher level got to control this shit. I mean, it's no, is it? Oh yeah, another thing. I will. This blew my fucking mind. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to change the subject. I where the police at? I haven't seen the police, man. The whole time I was there, I never seen the police. But the first time going to Shreveport, Louisiana, I never seen the police. They normally it normally be a police. It's normally a police camping out right there when you're crossing over Grimmer Drive, coming in Cherokee Park, about to go to Village Food. You look to the left, by them buildings, It'd be a police camped out over there waiting on motherfuckers to speed. It's always somebody kept riding through the neighborhood. They used to ride through Cherokee Park all day. Weed and seed, all that shit. I mean, everywhere. Back in the day, for the first time, I haven't seen the police. I went all the way to Barracoons. I'm talking about Uri Drive. I went through Cedar Grove. They went to the daiquiri place to give me a daiquiri right there on West 70 in Dodell, right there in Cedar Grove, right there on West 70th Street. I had to give me a daiquiri. Every time I go to Shreveport, I stop right there. I used to live on 68th Street. And I rode down, matter of fact, I rode down Linwood, cut down Kings Highway, rode down Hearn. Didn't see a police at all. And normally, that's where you see police at. Well, you see police all through the city. But I guess that explains everything. There's no policing going on around this thing. There's no policing going on at all. I mean, I guess the ones that's going on is the ones that's doing the shoot, killing the innocent bystanders or the guys that they think have a gun. We gotta pray for Shreveport, y'all. Pray for Shreveport, y'all. It's your boy Cuddy J. I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball. Holla at y'all. Scrum, bitch.